Witam Was, jesteśmy w Chicago na czerwonym dywanie. Premierę zaraz będzie miał nowy film z Robertem DeNiro, Wszystko, moim starym, a my zapytamy aktorów, jak wyglądała praca na planie. Was it hard to open up with a story about your father somehow to cinema, not only in US, but all over the world? It's something bigger.
I talk a lot about my father in my stand-up routine, which I have no problem doing, but now this is a broader, we're a major motion picture, global. No, I didn't have any, hesitation about telling the story of my father and I and my wife's side of the family. It was all in good fun. I think people will resonate with this movie just because it's about family, it's about relationships. It's funny and it's heartwarming. I'm excited to see how people react in a theater setting with this movie, because when I do stand-up, you get the you get the reaction right there, and sometimes you have to, if it doesn't work, you have to pivot. With a movie, you can't do nothing about it. They're either laughing or they're not, so it's gonna be interesting to check this out.
How did you react when Sebastian said, listen guys, this is about my father, it's not a fake, some of those things happen?
They did. I mean, watching his comedy routines, you understand more and more of the home he came from, which is not too far from Salvo in this film.
I did, of course. I mean, when I was like, did you really do all these crazy outfits? And then he showed me stuff. And then we were doing the chopper thing. I was like, you didn't really freak out. And he said full-blown panic attack. And I was like, it just made me I found it very endearing that he could be so vulnerable to sort of put it all out there.
Was Robert on your list on the top? Or you thought about him, but you thought we couldn't get him?
I never thought we could get him, I mean, if he did it, I would, be like, that would be amazing. So yeah, he was on the top of our list. I don't even remember who the other actors were. After he was interested, it kind of wiped my mind clean. I go, I can't believe he's going to do this. So once he signed on, I was like, I was really nervous. I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't know if I could pull this off, working with one of the best actors of our generation. But it was fun.
And you remember how you sold this information to your father? Listen, Dad, I don't know if you know this guy, but he was in Goodfellas and he'll play you.
Yeah, well, my family very negative and very skeptical. So when I called him, he's like, yeah, right, he's not going to do it. He's in denial. But then when I told him, go to Oklahoma and meet him, he was like, what? So then I think it sunk in that he was going to play him in a movie. It was great. I mean, they sat down, I got video of them, my father teaching De Niro some Italian slang words, so it was pretty surreal for me.
Are you still getting starstruck when, for example...
Bob? Yeah, totally. I just was like, I'm gonna make him love me, and I just was like, hi Bob, like always, up his business all the time, and he's so lovely and so great, and I just love him. I love him. I have a crush. Sam, my boyfriend's like, what, are you going to leave me for Bob? And I was like, maybe. I love him. And he's so good in the movie.
When you met real Salvo, how was it? What did you take from him?
I liked him a lot. He seemed like a guy I'd understand. I'm a little older than him, 2-3 years. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I like the script is that it was a personal story by Sebastian and the writer he worked with, and between he and Laura Taruso, who's also Italian American from New York, I knew that we would be within a certain zone, that whatever we did was going to be okay.
When you heard from your son, there will be a movie about you. Were we a little bit curious what he will show?
No, I trust my son completely. He can show me anything. I got nothing to really worry about it.
And was there a small list of actors that could play you, or you know it, DeNiro, only him?
No, I mean, when he said it, that's the guy to play me.
Well, I think we share the same, we love the whole inner journey stuff, and I'm really into that. So I like the whole, working on yourself and sitting in silent and all that kind of stuff. That's a big thing in my life, and so I relate with him on that, the whole healing journey. Yeah.
Was there any impact from you to the character?
Oh, you mean change the lines and stuff? Yeah, they're really into that, really open to that. And getting to like pitch Laura Taruso, the director, some ideas with the character and her being on board, like all that kind of stuff. She was very open with and very collaborative. Well, the flute was originally not in the script, so I brought the flute in. I did this thing where every time there's drama in the script, Doug falls asleep, so there's a couple scenes where he's sleeping when someone's arguing or when something's dramatic's going on. That was a pitch, and yeah, just random lines and stuff, but yeah.
A full Italian dinner for everybody.
We don't keep a lot of food here.
Maniscalco always finds a way to feed his family.
Now's the time that we need.
My father has an old Italian saying, family isn't one important thing,
It's everything.
I can't believe you put this all together from what we have in the kitchen.
It's artichoke and poultry. Salute.
Oh, no.
Comedy is a weird genre, so which part of this movie from your character was the hardest to shoot for you?
Oh man, I guess like really digging deep into my acting bag and convincing everyone that I get hit in the balls with a tennis ball. You know, just really using all the tricks of my trade to convey pain in a testicular way.
In Succession, you played a guy who wants to outfox everyone. Here, you're the nicest guy in the room. How do you like the change?
It's good. It's good to do two things at once.
Especially with the dialogues, because right there, I know that Jesse is writing the whole script for you guys that you have to memorize. Here, you're the calm guy who's always smiling and calming everybody down with his nice eyes.
Yeah, except that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm completely ineffectual, and my entire family is totally screwed up. But go ahead.
You were shooting it in the pandemic.
Yes.
How weird was it for you guys not to have this full control of what you guys can do?
Well, it's pretty much like that all the time when you do a film. You have very little control. You think you have more control, but when the weather is involved or something as horrible and unthinkable as a pandemic, and you still want to keep working, you just keep everybody safe. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of concentration and a lot of money. So for Lionsgate to do this during a pandemic, I think that showed a tremendous amount of faith in the film and Sebastian.
Parents are inviting us to the summer place for the big 4th of July weekend.
I can't leave my father.
This is the first summer since we have to say goodbye to your dear mother, and you're going to leave me to burn his papas and eat the hot dogs alone.
Why don't we just bring him?
Nah, I don't think so.
You hear this? Ladies, he's worried his immigrant father's going to make him look like some kind of Goomba.
Listen, if we're gonna do this, Dad, you gotta dial it down with
With all the... this, what is it?